Stephen A. Smith played it cool on Sports Center. He played it cool on his show on the internet. But that boy went on Gil's Arena and tripped slap out. He went on there and spazzed out. He went on there and flashed like he's 40-something. I want y'all to hear this.
What do you make of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation?
Back on it,
I thought it was weak.
Back on
I thought it was some bull. But in the moment, I knew that I was listening to a father.
Okay.
Here's what happened. I remember during the timeout in the first quarter, seeing Bronny. And Bronny looked over at me. He had this sad look on his face.
Yeah, there goes Stephen A.
And I'm imagining
There
Pop
goes
saw
Stephen A.
that it hit him. And he couldn't hold it, and he rolled up. That was what threw me off. And I was glad, even though I thought that he misrepresented the argument, I was glad he did. Because you see, what he was really talking about, which was confirmed with his conversation with Richard Jefferson, is that I was talking about him as a father. And so what happens is that had he said that to me...
LeBron, you forced your son into the league, bro. Let's be real. He shouldn't even be there. He shouldn't even be there, bro. You forced him into the league, bro. Let's be real.
Then I wouldn't have...
Stephen A. ain't
been
wrong.
thrown off. I'd have came right back at him. Yes, I was. I was talking about you. You did this, which I called me and said, Ron pissed off. I'm as hell. He wants to see you man to man. I said, what would I have done? Rich Paul said, you'd have hung up the phone and you'd have flew to LA. I said,
I wouldn't have.
So
If
my
I was
point
Stephen A.,
is,
I would get it in blood. I
rather
talked
than
about
come up to
Bronny.
me at courtside, all you had to do was say, yo, I need you to stay. Don't leave this game. I need you to see you after the game. That's all he had to say to me. Then, as we speak, he says that. Let's take an example. He said what you just said. I stand down. My bad. And not only that, I'm going to make sure I go on the air. I ain't looking at it that way. That's on me. You didn't do that shit. You said you my son. Oh, was it? I was talking about you. I was talking about you.
You talking about his son too, though.
It wasn't about your son. I know he's
Look.
55. I know he got work to do.
You was talking about his son too, like everybody else. You ain't got to scale back. You was talking about his son and everybody else. See, it's different when you talk about the NBA and sports from a hooper standpoint. Like, I used to think I was gonna go to the NBA. I used to think I used to be pretty good at basketball. But if I know people getting to the NBA just because they somebody's son, imagine how the hoopers feel. That's all I'm saying. Not the fans, not the social media people, the real hoopers that actually hoop and trying to get to the league. Imagine what something like Bronny happened to do to them. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta look at.
I believe that he got potential. I believe that he got the potential to go pro. I truly believe that. It's gonna be tough, but I think he can pull it off. And by the way, I'm rooting for him. I ain't rooting against nobody. But I'm talking about joy. You did this. You the one that had us as reporters, as a league, as an NBA franchise. All of us gotta sit back and be quiet and capitulate to your shit.
Come on now.
You did that. And so when I see
man?
people talking, and I'm like, oh my God, can somebody? I mean, I know I got a show, and I know I got my podcast, but I'm like, God, y'all, I'm fair. I don't give a who it is. It's you, it's you, it's you. It don't matter who it is. Just me and you. If somebody unfair to you, I'm gonna be like, that's not fair. That's not fair. But when it comes to me,
I had your back, Stephen A. I'm just not big. I'm just not big enough. Pause.
Respectfully, excuse my language. I'm on my own. When number one, we know I'm right. Number two, we know the perspective that I'm coming from is real and it's authentic. Number three, he set this up. Number four, all you have to do is tell me.
All you had to do was tell him.
All you have to do is tell me.
That's all you had to do.
Yo. It's
Big Ant the Spokesman, man. Y'all go follow my boy Big Ant the Spokesman, man. I be getting a lot of sound bites, using material just to make my videos, as you can see. But yeah, I mean, the way I feel about it, you know, because urban politicians fit to break it down, and what he say is, he like, yeah, Stephen A., but you know you wrong for badgering LeBron's son, and y'all report on his son more than any other rookie, which they should. You LeBron James, you the greatest player in the game, son. Of course they're gonna cover you more. It's like all the superheroes. If Superman had a son that was trying to be Superman, they'd probably cover. You know, Superman was the biggest the biggest superhero. So Superman, that's what it's kind of like. If Superman Jr., they're gonna be watching more than Batman Jr., more than Aquaman Jr., you know, more than Spider-Man Jr., they're gonna be watching Superman Jr. So they watching you. You can't get mad at that. And then, like I'm saying, you got to understand, analyst people be partial to people that really hoop. You got to understand that Stephen A. know, like, a bunch of other legends other than LeBron, other than Jordan, that work to get in the game. Stephen A. know high school players. He know the game. Like, you got to understand, like, so when Stephen A. talk about this, he talking about the game as a whole. He not just some, like, Stephen A. is different than, like, Stephen A. is in a weird spot because it's like, he not like Skip Bayless, somebody that never played, but then he never played. But then he not like somebody that played, you know, like Ryan Clark or like Shannon Sharp or like, you know, Kendrick Perkins. But he been around the game a whole lot and he got connections and his personality for the, some people could love the game. Like I love basketball so much. When I talk about Joshy Jim Sports on my other channel, people be really intrigued because I really love the game. Like some people just love the game a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A., he been a part of ESPN for a while, so he got a lot of cash in to talk about your son. So it's like LeBron, you got a whole bunch of people you got to holler at. If that's the case, everybody, people bash your son way worse than Stephen A. Stephen A. was kind of nice about it, like he got action though. Stephen A. was like he got action at the league. You know, he needs some work. You know what I'm saying? It's people like Bronny trash. He'll never like. It's people that trashed Bronny. That's big time names. You heard of Jason Whitlock? And then Stephen A. has always had your back, LeBron. So I don't know, man. It's like people be picking and choosing who they want to go at. I felt kind of bad for Stephen A. I ain't gonna lie, I felt kind of bad when the greatest player in the game kind of let the world know he got a problem with you, and you like the greatest analyst in the game. He the greatest player in the game, and he letting people know he got a problem with you. That wasn't good. That wasn't cool. But Stephen A. went off on him, and I mean, shoot, you know, I don't got nothing in LeBron's defense. I ain't got no devil's advocate. I like to say pause. I use the devil to say stuff. I ain't playing no devil's advocate. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron, you totally wrong. Stephen A., that's his job as a sportscaster. Your son is in the NBA. Did you see what they did to Jordan's son? They covered back in the day when Jordan had two sons. This was before social media and everything. They was doing the same thing to their sons. So I mean, come on, man. Come on now. I'm riding with my boy Stephen A., man. Urban politicians say, you know, Stephen A. badgering him, and you know, that's somebody's son. Okay, well, I mean, hey, man. Hey, you in the NBA now, you getting paid millions. LeBron, your son getting paid millions to play a game. Let him go through what he got to go through. Come on now, man. Y'all got to chill out.